Hey YouTube, it's GV Loan Guy. It's 11/9/2011. I just wanted to go over this commercial. I don't know how many of you have seen this commercial. Apparently, it's been running on TV over the weekend. Run the commercial in case you haven't seen it, and then I'm going to run back through it again and discuss each of these items one by one. Here we go.
I want to see more serious political conversations starting to happen.
I want corporations out of the government, and I want people back in.
I want peace rather than militarization.
I want the top wealthiest Americans to be taxed higher and that money to go to education.
I want economic justice.
I want a greater regulation of the banks and the markets.
I want my kids to have a job and health care.
I want true democracy for the 99% of us who don't have it anymore.
I want to see more serious political conversations starting to happen.
Okay, more serious political conversations starting to happen. What is this kid, like 20 maybe, 22, something like that? Hey, you know what? We've been having serious political conversation in this country for at least 10 years, if not longer. I mean, I'd like to say 40 years, but we were sleeping for a lot of that. So 10 years. So anyway, serious political conversation. I guess, I don't know. All right, here we go.
I want corporations out of the government, and I want people back in.
All right. Corporations out of the government and people back in. Corporations are not actually in the government, but corporations have influence over politicians by way of donations. Okay, so you've got the what they call the lobbyists, which everyone hates, but yet we're all represented by one or another of them. So is that what you're talking about? Is that the corporations, the lobbyists, or are you talking about the corporations like GE and the big donations they make to like the Obama administration and guys like that don't pay taxes? They don't pay taxes at all. So, all right, anyway. And people back, you want people back in. I guess what that means, we the people, back in the government. We the people, that means the Constitution. All right, I'm all for the Constitution. Let's try to get the politicians that are in there now to pay some attention to the Constitution, including the president. All right, let's see what the next one's about here.
I want peace rather than militarization.
All right, peace rather than militarization. We all want peace, but we also want freedom and liberty, things like that are worth fighting for. All right?
I want the top wealthiest Americans to be taxed higher and that money to go to education.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. The top wealthiest Americans to be taxed higher and that money to go into education, which I guess what she's really saying is she wants a free education because we already have a lot of money going into education. The problem is it's a lot of it's not reaching the kids. It's stopping with the bureaucrats, the politicians within the school district that are basically running things and keeping all the money. So I'm not sure what to tell you on that one. I don't think Occupy Wall Street's going to help you with that one. But I understand the sentiment of wanting a free education. I mean, all right, whatever.
I want economic justice.
Economic justice? What does that even mean? Economic justice? I mean, you look like a college professor, but I don't understand. What exactly is economic justice? Does that mean you want everyone to have exactly the same thing? We're all equal? Let's just take everybody's money and divide it up among us all, and we'll just all have whatever amount of money that is. And then what? You look like you're college educated, but I don't know. You guys are scaring me. All right, here's another one.
Greater regulation of the banks and the market.
Oh, we want greater regulation of the banks in the market. Okay, in case you haven't noticed it, I mean, I'm for regulating the bankers, but don't kid yourself. I mean, the bankers, greater regulation of the bankers? The bankers are the ones that are in the government. It's not corporations that are in the government. Corporations are they just buy influence. They buy the politicians, okay? They use their money to buy politicians. But you know who's actually in the government is the bankers. Goldman Sachs. They populate the president's administration like there's probably over a dozen people in there. They're running the economy in this country. They're running the Federal Reserve. They're running the show. You think they're going to actually make some regulations to banks that are going to mean anything? I mean, come on, man. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? In the markets. You want to regulate the markets? What does that mean? You and I, so that when we want to buy something, we're more regulated? Anytime you use the word regulation, it's going to end up a regulation on a business or a person like you or I. We're going to end up worse off for it.
I want my kids to have a job and health care.
Yeah, I want my kids to have a job and health care. We all want our kids to have a job in healthcare. That's been the American dream for a lot of years. And you know what? People can have jobs when businesses are thriving, when the economies are thriving, when people are at work, then people are buying things and more people have jobs making things. That's how the economy works, guys. It doesn't work from the government interfering, and the government doesn't create jobs, taking more money to create jobs. That's you got another guy that looks college educated. Come on, man. Where did you guys go to school? Do you not understand that it takes private industry to hire people? When you go down the street to get a job, I mean, where are you going to get a job? Private industry, guys. And you want more regulation on banks. You want jobs for your kids, but more regulations is not going to equal jobs. Your kids will have jobs, all right. They're all going to work for the state, and they'll have health care too. But it's going to be pathetic healthcare, state-run healthcare. Have you ever, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone down to like a county hospital for your medical care? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't go there now, but check it out. You want to see what the future of medicine's like. All right, here's the last one here. I'm getting excited on that. I got to calm down.
I want true democracy for the 99% of us who don't have it anymore.
Holy cow. True democracy for the 99% of us who don't have it anymore? You never had it. You have never had true democracy. Do you guys, I've got a video out. If you want to go back and look at my video, I'll even cut in a little bit of it and put a link down below so you can find it. It'll give you an education here in 10 minutes. That you guys, you want a free education over here? This thing will give you an education that you will actually learn something on our government and how it works. And we're not a democracy. We're not a mob rule democracy. We never have been. Since the beginning, we've been a representative republic. We are a republic. We're a nation of laws. Okay, anyway, I'm getting all excited. I'm coming up on making this thing too long. All right. Anyway, that's it. So there's your movement. There's your commercial. There's your Occupy Together. All right, guys, that's it.